All month here on News 13 this morning, we're looking at a variety of issues and finding out where New Mexico stands.
Today we're looking at crime. Nationally, there's been a drop in violent crime, but an uptick in property crime. So where does New Mexico stand?
Good evening. Albuquerque police spent the day looking for a body in the Heights.
Early this morning, they got a tip that a man missing since 2002 could be found buried under the house that he built.
On any given day in New Mexico, crime often leads the news. But according to the FBI, most areas of crime are dropping nationally. The FBI's Unified Crime Reports, or UCRs, indicate violent crime dropped 4.4% in the first 6 months of 2009. So where does New Mexico stand?
We're at about a B because the violent crime is going in the right direction. It's trending down. Property crime's trending up.
Chief Farron Segata with New Mexico State Police says in a down economy, property crime will increase. He is encouraged by the drop in violent crime in New Mexico, but there is a harsh reality. In many rankings, New Mexico is often near the top when it comes to the amount of crime. CQ Press, an online data resource group, ranks New Mexico 4th highest. The U.S. Census ranked New Mexico 6th highest for crime, and the FBI follows suit and also ranks New Mexico 6th highest.
New Mexico is 6th from the top of that list in terms of overall crime. So we don't want to be in the top 10 in this particular instance. We want to be at the bottom. So we need to obviously work a little harder.
Segata and the FBI cautioned that rankings are based on regional reporting and there are many variables that can impact those numbers. I asked the chief about New Mexico's trouble spots.
Well, what we're seeing in an upward trend in New Mexico right now is in the Anthony, New Mexico area. There seems to be an influx of gang activity.
This was a state police community meeting from 2005 in Espanola. The subject, heroin and drugs. This issue continues to haunt New Mexico's crime scene.
One of the things that we're always continuing to try to get our arms around is the number of overdose deaths in the Espanola Valley. Every year that little community leads the nation per capita in overdose deaths.
Meth has been a long-time drug challenge, but there's a big change here. In 2005, there were 270 meth labs in New Mexico. Last year, only 33. Segata says the mom-and-pop labs are shutting down because New Mexico passed laws that control Sudafed and ephedrine, key elements in cooking meth. Now, the big drug cartels in Mexico are manufacturing meth, according to state police. And that brings us to the border. The cartels rule with big money and brutal murders. Segata says this has primarily remained a border issue, but it's not being ignored.
We're going to be working with the sheriff's departments in Hidalgo, Luna, Grant, and Doña Ana counties, along with the U.S. Border Patrol, on Operation Stone Garden, which is to beef up law enforcement presence along the border.
Operation Stone Garden is an example of how crime fighting has changed here in New Mexico. Segata calls it impact operations.
It's intelligence-led policing. We see a flux in crime, and we try to put a plan together to get on it immediately instead of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days looking at data and going, oh gosh, we have a problem, let's go address it.